Well, good evening. I'm Bill Snyder, Sports Information Director at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, and welcome to another edition of Bulldog Blitz. And with me, as always, is Gulf Coast head football coach Steve Campbell. Coach, this one's a bittersweet symphony, if you will. We look back on a tough loss, but look ahead to homecoming. And by now, I guess, of course, losses are tough to get rid of, but now looking ahead to East Central.
Yeah, looking forward to the East Central game. East Central's got a good football team. You know, they struggled early in the year, but came back last week and had a big win against Northeast, and very explosive on offense. They've got one of the top offenses in the league and improving every week on defense, so it'll be a big challenge for us.
And we'll talk about the East Central game in a few minutes, but when we come back after the break, we'll look back on an exciting game against Co-Lin, exciting depending on which side of the ball you're on. We lose that one in overtime, 37-31. We'll take a look at that when we come back. You're watching Bulldog Blitz here on WLOX.
Seems like everything is mobile these days. Our phones, our computers, even the college classroom. It's an on-demand world. At Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, you'll find the courses you need. It's near your home and close to work. Practically in your backyard. You can even work while going to Gulf Coast and still have time to refresh your mind. Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, your connection to personal success.
And welcome back to Bulldog Blitz. Well, last Saturday we traveled up to Co-Lin. Always a tough place to play, a division game. They get to win, and that game, it was weird, Coach, the way the atmosphere was. It was their homecoming, yet it was quiet there. It was almost like a funeral was going on or something at the beginning of the game, and it really seemed to have an effect on everyone.
It did. They're you know, the atmosphere wasn't you know, they've got a nice place, but it just wasn't. It wasn't a. We came out flat, to be quite honest with you. Came out flat and didn't have a whole lot of emotion there early, and you know, and things picked up pretty quickly there in, you know, around the second quarter. But we didn't take the field with the same enthusiasm, and you know, we just came out flat.
Yeah. Jamal Young, running back, got the first touchdown of the game. Nice. That was a nice drive. It seemed like that kind of woke everybody up, at least for the time being.
It did. We were able to put together a good drive and punch it in and go up 7-0, and then we tried to, you know, pick up the tempo. They had, you know, they'd shown all week on tape where their front line on a kickoff return is going to bail out. So we really thought we had a chance to hit the onside to really give us a spark to push us over the edge, build some momentum, and we didn't execute that very well, and they recovered the onside kick. So we gave them a gift right there, and they were able to punch that in and tie it back up, which any of the little momentum that we had, we gave right back to them. So, you know, we were able to get some momentum, and then they turned it right back around on us.
Yeah, and their quarterback, Micah Davis, really did a nice job with their receiver, Bruce. Both of them had a big day. So, and then they hit that big long one. We had them 3rd and 14, and then the Bruce kid makes a move, and suddenly it's a 97-yarder, which nobody saw coming, and that was a really tough one. That was where you realized, hey, it's game on here.
Right. Which I knew well before we played Co-Lin that it was going to be. Every time we go over there, and it is a tough football game. They've got a good football team, outstanding coaching staff, and they've got a good district. They get there's a lot of good players over in that area from Franklin County, Lawrence County, Brookhaven, Natchez. You know, there's a lot of good football talent in that area. And Micah I've known Micah since, I guess, he was probably a 9th grader. His dad and I worked together at Mississippi State. Micah's a competitor. You know, they've rebounded and played well here the last 3 weeks, and he's a good football player. And I knew that Co-Lin would have a tough football team. They hit that long one, which gave them the spark that they needed to kind of rejuvenate them and give them some confidence. And you know, and then what we had to do was match it.
Right. Got punched one in, and then they kicked a field goal. So 17-14 Co-Lin at halftime, but you could tell we were still in it. It wasn't, huge damage. And then in the third quarter, it seemed like we really came out strong, trying to reestablish that tempo, and did a nice job there. Got the touchdown to Moncrief, I believe, and then DeMond got that long kick punt return. So, it really seemed like things were building pretty well.
It did. We were able to, at halftime, the guys were the flatness that we had in the first half, we got out of us at halftime. The guys really stepped up at the half, and I think we went out and played a lot harder in the third quarter, gave more effort, and not that we weren't playing hard in the first half. It's just that understanding that these guys are for real, and if we don't play to the best of our ability, there's a chance we're going to get beat. So we really played hard in the third quarter, made some plays. DeMond had a big punt return. Brett had a big catch. There were some good things happening. We had a chance to put them away. The thing that's been hurting, in both of our losses, we've, had opportunities to kind of put them away, and then for one reason or another hadn't been able to do it. And that's, what we've got to focus on is taking care of the football. And there's a lot more things besides just those one plays. You go back and you look at any number of plays, and if we make one more block here, if we do a little bit better on a rush here, get a little more coverage here, do something a little bit different on a route here, break it off quicker, then the margin of error is about that big. And, we've got to work hard this week on correcting the mistakes that we've made and be able to finish and put teams away.
Now, not to make excuses, but we also had just a whole bevy of injuries happen. Nothing too major, but at the time there were some key guys that got injured, and that made it tough too, trying to scramble guys in and out in a tight situation.
It did. It was definitely a different situation as far as, we had a lot of people go down, and but somebody else has to step up, and that's part of football. That but we had an inordinate amount really at the same position go down, so it created some
challenges.
Some challenges, yes.
Now, so they eventually go ahead 31-28, but then Jenkins and Moncrief hook up on that beautiful, I think, 55-yard pass down, get it inside the 10. Sean kicks the field goal. So we go to overtime, so all being said and done, you get a fresh start, and then turnover hits again. They end up scoring and winning the game. And overtime's always, a crapshoot. You never know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, it was, we got the ball first, and anytime you get the ball first, you got to put points on the board. And again, our youth and inexperience, we're playing a lot of young players, and, this is only going to help us. We're going to grow, and we're going to learn from this and move forward. We made a mistake or two there and turned the football over, and they were able to punch it in, and that's football at this level. There's not a whole lot of margin for error.
All right, so Co-Lin wins at 37-31, and the Bulldogs drop to 4-2 and 2-1 in the division. Now, coming back right after this, we're going to switch gears, head over to the baseball diamond, and take a look at Cooper Ferris and his Gulf Coast Bulldogs baseball team. But coming out of the break here, we're going to see a new cheer for our show, Coach. The cheerleaders whipped up an impromptu cheer for Bulldog Blitz, so we'll take a look at that, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching Bulldog Blitz on WLOX.
BULLDOGSBLITZ. This is Bulldog Blitz.
Technology changes every day, but some things never change. Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College knows you want affordable tuition, user-friendliness, and great instructors. They deliver information on demand. They're experts in their field, and they're your link to a social network of personal communication. Seems the more things change, the more things remain the same. Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Real-time education just for you.